Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Casa de Anime. Today we'll be covering Beastars episode 4. Give it your all. Like and subscribe to Casa de Anime for more content.
All right, so episode 4, we start out, I believe we start out with the press freaking out about how they couldn't get a good picture of Louis. And we find out why. It's because he freaking broke his leg this guy broke his leg during the performance and he still played through it, which is crazy.
First of all, that guy has little man syndrome. That's all I got to say about that. Man was freaking out for no reason. I mean, how are you going to get a picture? Like, they got good pictures, but that was it.
Oh, the head of the press, yeah.
This guy was yelling at everyone, throwing the pictures. It's like, what is this bullshit?
Yeah, that was too much.
But that also just shows like how much they're trying to really manipulate everything that's going on, and how much they really want to get Louis' face on that front page. So the next scene we see when we find out Louis broke his leg and he's in the hospital, and the first thing he does when he wakes up is he's like, "Where's the audience?" Like, this guy's freaking out about the audience. Like, he doesn't even ask where am I? Why am I here? This man does not care. And we see why he's a candidate for
broken leg.
Yeah, this man does not care. But something that stuck out to me, I'll start it off, and something that stuck out to me for the episode 4, when Bill told Louis right away, "You broke your leg," what did everyone do? They freaked out on him. Like, normally if you're in a hospital and you tell someone, you're supposed to give the proper diagnosis. Hey, the doctor said this happened. And then, but we see, again, sugarcoating things, hiding the truth. Why'd you tell Louis that? Everyone was so mad at him, but he was simply telling him the truth. And the only person that wasn't mad at him, who? Louis.
All right, Kenny, so how did you feel about the episode?
So how did I feel about the episode? I'll continue where Keith was talking about, how he was sitting in bed. Louis wasn't even paying attention to what everyone was saying around him, if you notice. He was still in his mind. He's like, why does everyone think I'm so helpless? Like, they still look at me as a little helpless a deer in the headlights. Like, I'm fragile. Why is everyone so worried about me?
He couldn't take people's concern as just concern. He took it as pity. It was a weird way to take it, I guess, because you did break your leg. I would hope people would be concerned about me if I broke my leg.
Yeah, and it's funny because they don't know how long his leg's been broken. It could have been broken since the first episode where he fell off the stage. And this guy's been walking on it throughout I don't know how many days have gone by, and he's like, I still can keep going.
Every time he would step, we would always hear a crackle. So now we know why.
I was wondering though. It's funny because our past episode we did for the review, I was wondering who was going to take his role, and it's crazy that Bill wound up taking his role, the tiger, because I hadn't seen really. I was looking at him the whole time, and I was like, dude, that's like. We're talking about a wolf, but that's a real carnivore right there. That's a tiger. We've never even touched on this guy, but I mean, it's good that they touched on it. We saw him take his role, and we saw everyone was okay with it. Everyone was fine with it, and it was just a very unique take on it, because in the beginning, I was very happy for him, but the longer I got to know Bill, the more his motives seemed to be very jaded. He seemed to be the exact opposite of Louis, where he's very prideful, but it's a pride in the sense of I'm just better than you, I'm a carnivore. Because you saw how he reacted to Legoshi's his fear of being doing too much when they're having the little fights in the beginning. That was very interesting, because he was telling him, why are you acting weak? And he's like, give it your all. And then he's like, be a carnivore. And it's funny because Louis actually agreed with him when they were walking together, and I thought this guy was gonna kill Louis the way he was holding his back, but just the way it is. How did you guys feel about that whole scene? Did you think Louis was gonna die or something? I don't know. That was just a very weird scene.
I mean, I feel like, well, go on, Kenny.
When he grabbed him from the back, I was like, what's going on? Is this guy gonna murder him right in cold blood right there by themselves? I just wasn't expecting that out of nowhere. And just the way they show his claws, just show, and you can see the fear in Louis' eyes too. He just looks, he's like, oh God.
And I think they have like this weird relationship because Louis shows strength almost out of in the fact that he knows he's a herbivore, so he has to overly assert himself. And then you have this big carnivore, Bill, the tiger, dominance. And you have a man who wants to exert his skill and his dominance, but because it's being suppressed in this society. And where can he exert this? Through the role of the lead role of Alder. Is that the lead role, Alder? And so Adler. Sorry about that. And so he wants to kind of display this dominance through Adler. And then you see that when he's, like you said, when he's practicing with Legoshi, they're like, these guys are still practicing, right? Like, I didn't know if they're like gonna duke it out like during that, but we see later on the actual scene, they duke it out. And
I would say, before we even touch on that real quickly, I thought, something we could touch on real quickly is the blood, the bunny blood. We don't know where Bill got that bunny blood from. We know that that he has bunny blood, and he said he got it from an upperclassman. We know now that blood is kind of like a dope and like a steroid, and kind of like enhances you, which is a weird thing, because now it goes back to episode 1 of what was Legoshi smelling, or why was he so entranced when he was trying to go after Haru? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why did he smell a strong scent of rabbit blood before he even cut Haru? So that's a little strange there. But at least we know now, like, what the rabbit's blood does. Like, it wasn't just a random reaction. Like, rabbit's blood is that doping. It gives them that feeling that they as a carnivore, it gives them a natural feeling too. They're still carnivores, and that stuff is illegal. So just keep that in mind.
And it's crazy because you see Legoshi smell it on him from a distance in a bottle that's capped up. He smells it out of that, like how that's how strong.
Wolf sense.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, because like it's just, he has such great. You can tell he's like, it's a wolf. He has great senses and everything, and immediately chased him into the bathroom because he knew he was up to no good. And I thought they were gonna go at it in the bathroom like, more than they did. They get, instead of just pushing each other. Yeah,
the whole lighting in the bathroom scene, it was like, where are they gonna go from here? The play's about to start, and this guy's hiding something. Yeah, that was. I like the suspense right there. But it just it just shows you the whole deal with the rabbit's blood and how this is a huge thing. So.
And going into the final scene when they're having the performance, you notice Bill is kind of getting nervous when he realizes what Louis was really doing, how hard Louis was really working, and the pressure he was really on, because Bill starts to feel it. And actually, when they have the fight scene, it's weird because it's like that kind of helps the performance in the end, but it's just it seems to me just two men basically struggling with their inner demons, the carnivores, and basically fighting amongst themselves because they just don't know their place. They're just fighting amongst themselves, and everyone's just watching. None of the herbivores are getting involved or anything. It's a very interesting take on it when they're going at each other, because it seems like Legoshi is just letting out all of his stress.
Yeah.
But I think the audience thought it was actually part of the act, because like
I was good. Not the audience, because the audience fed into it and they thought it was a great act, but I would say the
everyone behind stage, the stage crew and everything.
Yeah, the stage crew, they knew it wasn't what was really going on, but they still didn't intervene, and it took Louis intervening in order to stop everything.
Yeah, but like, no, go ahead, Keith.
I was just gonna say, let me ask you this, because you said when Bill was performing, he saw how hard it was what Louis was doing. The guy was sweating bullets. He was barely grabbing the audience's attention. Now they mentioned, they're like, how is he doing? And one of the cast members said, Bill's doing great acting. But I heard in the audience someone say, that's not Louis, he doesn't have antlers. Now them looking for antlers, that's a herbivore quality. So do you think because they kind of figured, they found out like, oh, that's not Louis, is that a carnivore? You think that kind of changed the audience's opinion, and that affected their bias towards how they viewed the play?
Yeah, I think
I don't
Oh,
think
sorry.
so at all. Like, cause like they expected Louis to be on stage. It was just like a quick roll call of like, hey, you're taking over this role, and they didn't announce it to anyone. So
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
just
I
like
think
they had no idea what was going
All right.
on.
And I
yeah,
know
back
Louis
to
is a
Kenny, yeah, because
charismatic
I
character.
think it was just like, oh, well, where's the main, where's the guy we came for? I mean, I
Yeah,
think if
yeah.
Bill was the star from the beginning, they wouldn't have been so like, oh, where's Louis and stuff like that.
Yeah, it would have been a reverse role. Let's say if Bill was the main character and he got hurt, and then they saw antlers. They're like, wait, who's this guy?
Yeah.
And
All right.
and just to wrap it up, I was gonna say, where do you guys see the plot heading? I mean, after that fight and after Louis basically saving Lugosi and Bill running away scared, where do you see it heading?
Oh, well, before we even get into that, first of all, let's finish his act, how he finished that act. When they finished that fight, and you just see Louis come to the rescue and show that he is the true Beaster, to show like he's the medium between herbivores and carnivores that are just, they have to work together.
I would say, yeah, I agree with that, but I think it was Louis seeing Lugosi for who he really is, which is just a good person. No matter if he's a carnivore, he's still fighting to make sure that there's no rabbit blood. And I think Louis seeing that, I think gave him the realization, like, like you said, like, I'm a true beaster. I can't look at Lugosi like he's just a carnivore, because look at what he's doing. And I think that that opened Louis' mind to like, yeah, embrace being a true beaster. Stop being prejudiced. Look at what this guy is doing just for somebody else he doesn't know about. And I think, yeah, like you said, Louis fully embraced his beaster role in that last act when he helped Lugosi.
He got off his crutches and went on stage.
Yeah.
He toughed it out. He had a broken leg,
Jesus,
mind
man.
you, throughout this whole thing. This guy's still going on stage to show himself. And the crowd just goes crazy about it.
Yeah.
And I see I feel like Lugosi, the way he attacked Bill, like that was, I know he had rabbits, but that was crazy though. I think a lot of that had to do with his guilt in attacking Haru in the first place. He had smelled it, he knew what he did, so he's like, this thing is no good. Like, I already know what I did, and I think he still felt guilty from that situation. So I think a lot of him beating up Bill was really him just wanting to beat up himself.
He beat the shit out of Bill, dude. He went,
but I mean, he beat him up, but Bill was fine, dude. Bill got up, grabbed him, put him in a bear hug, ripped up his back a little bit, but Bill was like, I'll beat your ass, bro. I'll beat your ass for real. If you really want to do this.
Bill got up nice and easy.
Yeah, he did right on his head.
But did you hear what he said to him when he was like whispering in his ear? He's like, mind you, you're gonna have the same stripes as I have on my back on your back now.
Yeah, that's deep.
And it's about it. Bill, it's almost like Bill is he's the true nature of all the carnivores that want to just come out and show their true dominance. And Lugosi is the guy that's fine in this world, and he's passive and he lets it happen. And Bill's telling him, like, at the end of the day, when shit hits the fan and sides are separated, you are a carnivore. We have similar blood. We both yearn for blood. So it's like,
Yeah, and he tells him in the bathroom too that he's like, are you like on the herbivores? You can't let the herbivores be on their side. Like, we're still carnivores at the end of the day.
It's like picking sides, man, picking sides. But Lugosi doesn't want to do that.
Yeah, but I guess where's this plot going? Like we were before we got sidetracked again. But what do you guys think?
I really don't. I think Bill is definitely the dude that killed the sheep early on. I forget his name. But I think Bill definitely killed that dude. Yeah, Tim. Yeah. I think he definitely killed that dude for sure.
I have no comment on that yet, but Bill is sketchy for sure. Like,
sketchy.
And now it's like, who does Bill associate with?
Yeah.
Guys walking around on campus and like, what's really going on? Where did this man get rabbit's blood? Where's the source? Where is the source?
But is the upperclassman a rabbit? Do you think it is? Like, maybe
is Haru selling her blood?
We don't know. Yeah.
Is there anything else that stuck out to you guys?
No, nothing. But I'll say this. I have no idea where it's headed now. The show is just up in the air. I hope Haru gets back involved and we see Legoshi and Haru.
Mm-hmm. I do think it's headed towards, like we see once again, Bill telling Louis, "Oh, your leg's broken. Oh, don't tell him that. Taboo. It's taboo to eat other animals and talk about that stuff or even think about it." And I think we're coming closer and closer to it's gonna hit them in the face, and they're either gonna you can't turn from it anymore. This is who you are. This is a world of herbivores and a world of carnivores. So it's gonna hit them in the face, and it's really gonna be cool to see how each character interacts with that.
Yeah, because like the show's over. This is the last show they were performing, and we're only on episode 4. So what's going on after the show? Are they going to perform again? Is there going to be a major role out there that they're going to perform in like a city or in front of a different audience besides the students?
Yeah.
Anything else?
No?
Okay, well, this has been another review with Casa de Anime. Like and subscribe for weekly content, and we'll catch you guys on another review. See you later.
See you later, guys.